In a society where to define oneself as dangerous, even deadly, to sit in the sun was enough. To be amongst flies and buzz and butterflies, bees and bugs and flower eyes and birds and weeds and countless clovers, and hours of sun.
To experience in a drift of soul breeze the degrees of condition that allow you to breathe. The darkness that defines itself on the back of your eyelids. The latest eyes on the chest of the latest ethnicities. Don't always have to just hold your end of the bargain. Don't worry about that. Just hold your end of the bargain this time. It doesn't have to go down easy. It just has to go down. Poor child grew up, no adjectives for his feet, no adjectives for his suit, no adjectives overhead. Grew up quiet, moved to a larger place, got louder, attracted a certain type of fame the ladies found attractive. Not speaking of sex here, but likeness. A natural, a real grace of movement through the bodies of this life, with little complication. An ice cube, suddenly aware of its own melting, finds God in a high-pitched noise. It is only in the noise, a suspicion that all that is past me has not been amplified sufficiently. I watched the sunset yesterday, and it wasn't enough. Eternities I found in the waning did freeze my sense of time, and I could see the math in the clouds, but it wasn't enough. I went home, and a sense of calm transported me through my evening. I woke to the regular emergency. It was a glorious sunset, and it redeemed more than a day's worth of time. I knew that. But waking, I could tell. It would take many sunsets to set me right. Seven suns in their blissful eternities. What number did not seem laughably small? A dozen suns. A month. Is there any amount of suns? Sunset the next day on Clement Street, might dismount and tear to make up for a man crossing streets slowly. Slight smile maybe with a camera bag, not a tourist. June 18, 2014, the purpose of a photograph to focus on that moment that makes the rest of them feel sensible, if not worth the inevitable fade. The other day, I was watching the sunset as I was saying at Sutra a simple expression. A person in the car beside me looked at me skeptically, as though sincerity came in degrees, as though some things are too simple to be expressed sincerely, as though simplicity were not an end to be sought. And the simple one should be more masterful before the public, and the expert shall never forget nor be content that the skill is a means to become an illusion, to enjoy the expression. In a society where to define oneself is dangerous and deadly, to sit in the sun was enough, to be amongst flies and butterflies, after eyes, burning beatings and countless programs, and get odors, the hours of sun. Then you will feel better, since that's what's important. When the sky clears and the bells toll, won't remember the ritual or how to find yourself. If you are in an abusive relationship, won't remember aches in the chest, a shred of your shame, or why you felt it. In the end, has nothing to do with it. Friendship was like anything goes, but has some integrity. But why you ask? If you are not careful, the darkness is around you. If you are not afraid of getting sick, or hurt, or emotionally scarred, a gas station cup of coffee in the university night. When someone you love tries to hurt you, then do your best to stop complaining. When you shame yourself, nobody knocked on your door. What you could have signs on the highway, how you driving to keep track. The mood is full, awed at the possibilities of the internet. You let go of your fears for just one afternoon. If you keep listening to the same song, then what's the use of building a bridge? When you are feeling well enough, anything goes, yeah, but you're out of drugs. When you cannot talk because too much talking. If the streets were ever flooded with daughters, won't remember love, or light, or the difference. When daylight silhouettes the candles, you won't remember the negative space on your walls. Anything goes. No one will help you, and don't talk to me about that. And it's not fair to assume you're indifferent. It feels true, and you have already packed your bag. It's a highlight of my life when you told me our friendship was how you would remember the year 2000. Anything goes, but life is short. It was the worst when I turned 21. You were not there. You won't remember what it feels like to give up yourself and stop cheating. When I became a man, I was alone, and there was no one to stop me. There are no more breaks, not for cigarettes, not for disaster, not for the assessment. Anything goes, but that's not because I couldn't go on, just couldn't. Hopes to just spit it out. I had bad luck now. The fire within is a couple behind me being photographed, soon to be married. And the sun came out. This force into the world, to the babies, that will have that people force to blend in, the sound of freedom. As it bangs against its own wall, then the heart at the top of a gilded dome, on the brink of another spring, in a temperate region, if you have to keep stopping to record your truths, and though the sun will shine for hours yet, I feel the cold in places I will never see. Look like your father, then you should probably more than I desire to create something beautiful. Right now, I just want to feel something. When you put everything you have into one season, then Christ now will have to suffice. When we make eye contact, why you want to speak so much, or what you do, when you run out of the water, you won't remember your ways, the way for help, or how to say thank you. Everything has been described, then you can start to breathe again, then moisture between you. You won't remember how you used to fit in. You turn off the lights, like before you close your eyes. Anything goes, but I'll never forget you. It is your job, being documented, past catches up to you, and people nibble on the trees. When you were asked for your opinion, you won't remember crying in the streets. Mankind is out of fashion. You were bold enough to risk self-righteousness. You act on chance eye contact, then again. This is not what you voted for. Why you needed to vote.
Someone you know is engaged in domestic abuse. If you were in an abusive relationship, it helps to just spit it out. The streets are overflowing with new guests. This is not what you voted for. Nobody knocked on your door. You act on chance eye contact. If you're not careful, the fire within is capable of being sparked by a last minute costume. If you keep listening to the same song, if you need more structure, if you are overflowing with hope, if you were never to be taught in the universities, if mankind is out of fashion, everything has been described, if it is true, and you have already packed your bags. It makes sense that people know you by name. If you let go of your fears for just one afternoon, if the timing is right, you are bold enough to risk self-righteousness. If the respect of your family is not your ultimate value, if you have to keep stopping to record your truths every 5 steps, and it slows you down so that you miss your appointments. If you are not afraid of getting sick or hurt or emotionally scarred, if it is your job, if you can't make burritos with dignity, more than the sun, I needed to sit in the same spot and survey the sky. For I needed to process an idea throughout the changing of the light, and the temperatures, and the sound and threat levels. I needed to hold that idea through as many conditions as I could. To test its characteristics, I needed to sit through the seasons with it. To wear it when it was dirty, I needed to claim it as a part of me, or a symbol of my present journey, which I hope will redefine me, beginning with this idea, and how I take care of it. If you could nurture the heroes of tomorrow, what would they do?
I would say you have to write your own book, a legend, and then you have to burn your own book and walk away. Keep walking until you have enough faith and enough courage to write another book. Whether you absolutely love it or not, you live and swear and die by it, and keep dying. The scream I need to let out? Is the scream a dog that just needs to piss? It depends on me to feed it. Too busy correcting the picture frame on the wall of the metaphor that spilled naturally out of my mouth to enjoy a brief change of perspective. The oscillation, is it required to keep the fire lit? See digging in green book.
became an expert in the sky to avoid eye contact, most stare at the drift of the clouds to keep it together. It is easy.
You reached the voicemail call for Robert, so I'm not available. Please get a message. I will call you back. Thank you.
It's easy, just pretend you were sad. That which makes that which it is. The fundamental. That what makes the fundamental. That which makes that which it is.
Driving through an empty heart.
You have all the time you need.
Deserted back roads. Speed limits maintained.
You have more than enough time.
Over brush, rotting fruit on the vine.
For everything, you have all the time you need.
Rotting fruit at the foot of the trees.
You have more than enough time.
Rotting fruit compost for barren trees.
For everything.
Hulls dropped. No surface. Dark spot, moon obscured by clouds.
You have all the time you need.
Blinding reflectors, bald tires, and an empty tank of gas.
Oh man, am I still recording? Absolutely terrible.
Driving through an empty heart, endless.
Delete all of that.
Nothing but deadlines.
Fundamental.
Nothing but deadlines and no hurry.
That which makes that which
Childhood
is.
apocalypse, rear view adjusted.
Fundamental.
Adjusted to inward.
That which makes
Moving forward
that
now.
which it is. One night you took your glasses off, took your language out, left for good. Instead of returning from the bathroom, instead of returning, the unwound sheet of the roll of toilet paper flapping audibly in the silence, reminiscent of flags in university courtyards. If the sound of toilet paper responding to the wind was reason enough to hydrate, to hate that alarm. If your brother is sleeping in your bed right now, 2 days after the fight, if there's no more Bob's Burgers, if you spent 20 minutes reliving your last 6 months, on Facebook, astounded at the fullness, if the silence is music to your muted soul. If you go to sleep without saying goodnight to your poetry, letting it settle in the bottom of your river while you seep out the windows and dance with the light down the sidewalk, if you had said bridge or to the Presidio, if there had been flying involved in beams, if there had not been a sense of something fragile.